going to ask, how successful have the current restrictions been? The export ban did prevent China from getting the highest end American chips, but it did not stop China from catching up in the AI race, proving that necessity is the mother of invention. Now, despite not having access to NVIDIA's best performing GPUs, a Chinese research lab called DeepSeek was able to build an AI model using dumbed down GPUs that beat OpenAI's GPT-4 on certain benchmarks. That just shocked the AI community. Here's what Perplexity CEO Arvind Srinivas told me.
But the reality is some of the details in DeepSeek V3 are so good that I wouldn't be surprised if Meta took a look at it and incorporated some of that in Llama 4, right?
So advanced that our best American companies could use it as a blueprint. That is a shocking statement. In other words, the existing chip restrictions, they did nothing to slow down China's pace. It only made them more creative and more efficient. They backfired. Other Chinese labs are also making major strides in efficiency with limited resources. There's Kai-Fu Lee's 0.01.ai and Alibaba's Q1. There's others. The export ban on China has also led to smuggling and loopholes. A report from The Information said that TikTok owner ByteDance and other Chinese companies rented high-end GPUs through American cloud companies to get around restrictions. Another report from Reuters a few months ago said that TSMC chips were found on a Huawei product. So creativity here in a different sense, forced again by those restrictions. So you begs the question, by expanding them, what are you really achieving? And this is a point that NVIDIA took up in its response to those expected expanded restrictions. It calls them a last-minute policy that would play into the hands of U.S. adversaries. And this is pretty uncharacteristic language from NVIDIA against the current Biden administration. It also echoes an Oracle blog post from just a few days ago that said that the export control framework will go down as one of the most destructive to ever hit the U.S. technology industry, and, quote, says we don't need a ride, we need government to get out of the way.
The global technology landscape is a web of interconnected economies, shared resources, and collaborative innovation. Companies like NVIDIA and Oracle epitomize the spirit of technological progress and globalization, driving breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, AI, cloud computing, and semiconductors. However, the imposition of stringent US export controls targeting China has challenged their business strategies, revenue streams, and long-term vision. Both companies have expressed concerns about these policies, fearing they could compromise not only their own growth, but also the global tech ecosystem. We explore how NVIDIA and Oracle have addressed these export controls, the importance of China's market to their operations, and how these measures may inadvertently undermine the global technological balance. The origins and impact of US export controls. US export controls are not a new phenomenon. Historically, they have been used as tools of economic statecraft aimed at restricting competitors' access to sensitive technologies. In recent years, these measures have focused heavily on China, driven by concerns for domestic businesses and China's advancements in AI and quantum computing. The US government has enacted measures like the CHIPS Act and implemented strict export restrictions on advanced semiconductor technologies to curb China's ability to develop its tech industry independently. These policies, while aiming to protect US interests, have significant implications for companies like NVIDIA and Oracle. NVIDIA, a leader in GPU technology, has found itself at the center of this controversy. Its high-performance GPUs, crucial for AI training and data center operations, are among the technologies restricted for export to China. Similarly, Oracle, with its robust cloud infrastructure and software solutions, is affected by the broader geopolitical tension that disrupts its operations in one of the world's largest technology markets. NVIDIA's relationship with China, a balancing act. China is a critical market for NVIDIA. The company has long benefited from China's burgeoning demand for AI chips, which power applications ranging from autonomous vehicles to facial recognition systems. In its fiscal year 2024, NVIDIA reported revenues of approximately $14 billion from China, accounting for a substantial portion of its international sales. However, the export controls imposed by the US government have jeopardized this lucrative market. NVIDIA's leadership has not remained silent. Ned Finkel, the company's vice president of government affairs, publicly criticized the new restrictions as overreaching and potentially damaging to the US tech sector. Finkel argued that these policies could disrupt NVIDIA's ability to invest in research and development, ultimately harming America's leadership in AI innovation. His sentiments echo a broader industry concern. The competitive edge of US tech firms could erode if they are unable to access key markets like China. Oracle's concerns about export controls. Oracle, a major player in cloud computing and enterprise software, also faces challenges due to these restrictions. The company has invested heavily in its cloud infrastructure, aiming to compete with giants like Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure. China represents a significant growth opportunity for Oracle, given the country's rapid digital transformation and the increasing adoption of cloud services by Chinese enterprises. However, the US export controls and escalating geopolitical tensions have created obstacles for Oracle's operations in China. The company's leadership has expressed concerns about the potential fallout of these policies, emphasizing the need for balanced and thoughtful approaches. In public statements, Oracle's executives have warned against the unintended consequences of broad restrictions, highlighting the risk of losing market share to non-US competitors who are not subject to similar constraints. The importance of the Chinese market. China's significance in the global tech industry cannot be overstated. With a population of over 1.4 billion and a rapidly growing middle class, the country is a major consumer of advanced technologies. It is also a hub for manufacturing and innovation, playing a central role in global supply chains. For NVIDIA and Oracle, China represents not just a source of revenue, but also a critical partner in technological advancement. In recent years, China has invested heavily in AI, cloud computing, and semiconductors, aiming to reduce its reliance on foreign technologies. This ambition has created immense opportunities for companies like NVIDIA, whose GPUs are essential for AI training, and Oracle, whose cloud solutions are in high demand among Chinese enterprises. However, the export controls threaten to disrupt these dynamics, potentially isolating US companies from one of the most important tech markets in the world. NVIDIA and Oracle's responses to US export controls reflect their commitment to maintaining successful business operations while navigating the complexities of international politics. Both companies have emphasized the need for policies that protect domestic businesses without compromising the competitiveness of US tech firms. Their critiques highlight a critical tension: how to balance the imperatives of economic security with the principles of free trade and globalization. These challenges are not unique to NVIDIA and Oracle. Other companies, including Apple, Qualcomm, and Intel, have also grappled with the implications of US-China tensions. The broader tech industry has called for greater consultation and collaboration between policymakers and businesses to ensure that export controls are implemented in ways that minimize disruption and promote innovation. The broader implications for the tech ecosystem. The restrictions on NVIDIA and Oracle are part of a larger trend of decoupling between the US and Chinese tech sectors. This trend has significant implications for the global tech ecosystem. On one hand, it could lead to the emergence of parallel technology spheres, with the US and China developing separate standards, platforms, and supply chains. On the other hand, it risks fragmenting the global innovation network, undermining the collaborative spirit that has driven technological progress for decades. The potential consequences extend beyond the tech industry. As companies like NVIDIA and Oracle face revenue losses and operational disruptions, the ripple effects could be felt across the broader economy. Reduced investment in research and development, slower innovation, and diminished competitiveness could undermine the US's position as a global leader in technology. To address these challenges, policymakers and industry leaders must work together to develop balanced and pragmatic approaches. This includes engaging in dialogue. Policymakers should consult with industry stakeholders to understand the potential impacts of export controls and design policies that minimize unintended consequences. Promoting collaboration. Efforts should be made to foster collaboration between the US and China in areas of mutual interest, such as climate change, healthcare, and space exploration. Investing in domestic innovation. To maintain a competitive edge, the US must invest in education, research, and infrastructure to support the next generation of technological breakthroughs. Ensuring fair competition. Policymakers should address concerns about unfair trade practices and intellectual property theft without resorting to broad and indiscriminate restrictions. NVIDIA and Oracle's experiences with US export controls highlight the complexities of operating in a globalized and interconnected world. As these companies navigate the challenges posed by geopolitical tensions, their voices underscore the need for thoughtful and balanced policies that protect domestic business interest while fostering innovation and economic growth. The lessons learned from their experiences offer valuable insights for policymakers, industry leaders, and other stakeholders seeking to navigate the evolving dynamics of the global tech landscape. By prioritizing collaboration, investment, and fair competition, we can build a future that benefits not only the US and China, but the entire world.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. It's one of the best ways to help more people see this content. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So leave a comment below and join the conversation about today's topic. Your engagement and support mean everything to me and make it possible for me to create more impactful content that aims to bring the world closer together. If you'd like to take it a step further, you can support the channel directly through the link in the description. Every bit of support helps this community grow and fuels the mission to make a difference. Thank you for being such an important part of this journey.